So the Matthews Clinic, I actually didn't start the Matthews Clinic, I bought the Matthews Clinic, and it was called, instead of Queen City Health Center, it was actually Nations Family Chiropractic. And I bought the clinic from a doctor named Dr. Jessica Bohan, who's an amazing individual, amazing doctor. I mean, I have patients still that were patients of hers and are still patients of ours 10 years later. And they'll tell you some fun stories about her. Like, she would literally be like, "You're healing in Jesus' name," and then she would adjust them, and she would just pray over people. So she was just a very spirit-filled person. And and so I was in Palm Beach at the time, and the doctor I was working for, we were getting ready to start a shift, and he said, "Hey, and Dr. Jessica in North Carolina is selling her practice. You should check it out." She was going to move to Zimbabwe, Africa, to actually start a kind of a ministry clinic over there. And so I thought, North Carolina, Charlotte, I have no interest in that at all. I want to move back to Texas, or I want to move back, stay in Florida, something like that. And so I just felt like, no big deal. I'm good. And something just kept kind of nudging me about that. And so eventually I reached out to her, and I did come out to Charlotte, and I checked the clinic out, and left there and just thought, I don't know, maybe. And then she reached out to me again and said, "Hey, would you reconsider?" And so I said, "Okay, let's look at it again." I ended up coming out to the clinic again, and there's a reason for me to go so in depth into this part of the story. But I ended up coming out here again, and she went to a church called Elevation Church at the time. And I was kind of getting back to walking with the Lord and learning, and just learning more about myself, learning more about God and everything else at the time. And I was reading a book called, it's actually the title of the book, and I can't remember the author, but it was called Grace. And I was reading this book and just really into that. And so she took me to the church. And cool church. I mean, amazing music, amazing worship, great message, everything. Towards the end of it, they had an artist come on, and he was painting and doing all this stuff and doing all his paintings, and it was all real cool stuff. At the end, he wiped the whole thing clean, and on the back of the board, it said "Grace" in big bold letters. And just between the message and that, it just spoke to me directly from God, and I just felt like that was like, this is where you're supposed to be. So that was one of my few times in my life where it was like direct, like, here's where you need to be. And so I said, okay, cool, I'm doing this. And I was dating Dr. Holly at the time, and she was in Florida with me. And I said, I feel like I have to go to North Carolina. I want you to come with me, but if you don't want to or aren't, I understand. But I feel like this is what I need to do. Thank God she said yes, and she came. And I moved here. I lived in a American, whatever those hotels, long stay, extended stay hotel is, and it was a great hotel. The guy next to me smoked like crazy, so I listened to him hawk up his lungs every day, and my clothes started smelling like cigarette smoke, so I eventually had to get out of there after a month. But anyways, Dr. Holly moved to here a month later, and we bought the clinic, and we ran it for about 2 years together. And it was amazing. We got to see lives change. We got to learn how to run a business. We got to get out in the community. Every day we were out at either, if you remember, Healthy Home Market or Earth Fair, or at some sort of a festival or fair or health screening. And every day literally every day we were at a booth just meeting people and talking to people and about their health and doing free health evaluations and screenings. And that's how we built this clinic. And we still have patients today. I was at Walmart. I would go to Walmart twice a week, sometimes at 10 o'clock at night, and meet people and talk to them. And some of those patients are still patients, and just fun stories, fun memories. Right at that point in time, 10 o'clock at night at Walmart wasn't fun, but when I look back, it was fun. And so I just had so many good memories here at Matthews, and I'm just really, really proud of this clinic. I think our patients are amazing. There's a certain vibe about the Matthews Clinic that you just don't get. I've been to a lot of chiropractic clinics before. You just don't get it anywhere else. The people here are not only just super strong individuals, they're loving people, they have amazing families, and they're just really all, in some way, shape, or form, very close to God and spiritual people. And I've learned, I've had patients who have counseled us for the years. I've had patients who have become like parents to us. We have patients that are like grandparents to our kids now. Really cool stuff. In 2012, to kind of complete that story, Dr. Holly decided I wasn't cool enough for her anymore, and she broke up with me. And it's kind of funny, one of our patients was a mentor of hers, and she told her, "Hey, you guys kind of are a mess right now. You need to break up." And so she listened. We broke up, and and we didn't even talk. Like we completely broke up. Dr. Holly left this clinic, and she went to another clinic where she contracted, and then eventually opened the South Park office. And so she opened her office. She called it Queen City Health Center. And right as she was opening that clinic, we somehow got back together, ended up getting married. And it's kind of funny because the person that told us to break up is the same person that actually married us. So she, Tara Quinn, she married us as well. And it's just cool. You know, one of the patients that Holly ended up living with during that time, she's now the same. Her family is who we would consider our grandparents for our kids here in Charlotte, because our parents live in Texas and Wisconsin. So it's just kind of cool how that all God puts all that stuff together. And so we really just love this clinic. We love the patients here and the vibe that comes with it. And we hope that our patients feel our passion, our energy, and the excitement we have for them, because this clinic is 100% just about transforming lives and getting people healthy, and that's all we care about. And we get to see it on a daily basis. And our team now has become, you know, we've gone through a lot of different team members over the years of having kids and getting married and opening other clinics and things like that. So our team now is just incredible, and I think our patients feel that and love that. So we pray for our patients on a regular basis, and yeah. That's the Matthews Clinic. And so now we have the South Park Clinic and the Matthews Clinic because of that. And we're working really hard to make them amazing. And eventually we just now joined on with the Wellness Way, which has taken our clinics from chiropractic, spinal corrective care, some side nutrition that we would do with people, but really we're getting great results, to a whole different level. Now we're doing urinalysis, we're doing blood tests, we're doing hormone testing, we're doing stool testing, and we're actually seeing what's happening in people's bodies along with their spinal health, and taking it to the next level where we're getting migraine headaches to go away, completely go away, where some cases they would only partially go away, or hormone problems, patients losing weight. One of the stories that just pops in my mind, this is actually a guy who he's been working out. He's been working out really hard. He's been exercising and eating good and everything else, but just couldn't lose the body fat. And 2 months ago, we said, hey, let's do a testosterone challenge. And we took the hormone testing that we started to do, and we tested his hormones, found out he's high in estrogen. We got his estrogen levels down using certain herbs, or we're working on getting his estrogen levels down. But he's gone from a 20% to about a 12% body fat in 40 days, just because we've added that testing in. So I hope you guys got a lot out of that, and I hope you got to see who we are, you know, what the clinics are about. You know, this is Matthews, is kind of like the fountainhead. This is where we started just seeing patients on our own, at least. And yeah, so I hope you kind of learn and see our heart where it's at, and what our clinics are all about.